is good. It will smell like warm and nice and kind of like just fresh baked bread. It should not smell bad. So like I said with the, thank you so much, Barbara, for the like I said, when you are, when I did the accident of making this focaccia instead of doing my mini loaves, I just actually smelled the dough. And I knew that it was okay, even though it was way overproofed, it still smelled really nice. It smelled like warm and like just fresh baked bread. If it smells like that, you're good to go. Just keep proceeding. Honestly, it is pretty resilient. So if you make a mistake, you can always just, you know, play around with it and do something different. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for the like, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna pause again, ADHD time. I have my loaf, my loaf timer is about to go off. So this is my regular loaf. Like I said, I have different shower caps for the different things that I'm doing because that's the only way that I can stay focused. So my loaf timer is about to go off. That is my last stretch and fold, and then I'm going to just leave this. It's gonna bulk ferment for 6 hours. And I don't know if anyone was debating whether you should get one of those like warmers. Get the warmer. My kitchen is very cold and it's really hard to regulate the temperature. So I actually got the warmer and it is totally worth it. Okay, so I'm just gonna do 3 coil folds. Again, guys, it's okay. Just, your dough is really resilient. Okay. So that looks good. I'm just going to leave this to bulk ferment. In my kitchen, 6 hours is good. So I'm just gonna do that for 6 hours. And then, honestly, just before I go to sleep, I will prep it to go into the fridge to cold proof. Bulk ferment dough. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I am literally setting my 100 timers because we just started 100 projects for no reason. Okay. So let's meal prep for tomorrow. So I am going to be making a high protein Alfredo pasta with broccoli. So everything is high protein about this. The pasta is high protein. We're gonna be using cottage cheese. We're gonna be using chicken broth for the pasta as well. So the cottage cheese that I'm going to be using is this one. It doesn't matter which one you use. I just like to use the whole milk one. I don't like to use something that is low fat. And then I am also going to be using chicken broth. I'm just using this one because it was on discount and we're being cost effective here. And then the pasta that I'm gonna be using is this one. I love it. It is super high in protein. It's 21 grams of protein for 2 ounces of dry pasta. So I absolutely love this one. What I'm gonna do is I am going to prep my Alfredo sauce, and I just do it from scratch because we're doing it with cottage cheese. All right, so I am going to put in, actually I'm gonna put this in, that's fine. I just kind of do like 2 large tablespoons. Welcome in, everyone. Okay. Now to the cottage cheese, I'm going to add, I like garlic, so I'm gonna use a hefty amount of garlic. It's about a tablespoon. And I'm just using the one from the jar. I'm just keeping it real simple today. Okay, let me get my seasonings. Okay. So I have my slew of seasonings here. I'm gonna add my garlic powder because freshly, or not freshly, but just minced garlic is not enough. We gotta have our garlic powder in there too. I'm gonna do some onion powder. I'm gonna do some black pepper. Paprika. And this one is like slightly spicy, this paprika. Use whatever kind of paprika you want. Salt. Dried parsley. Maybe it's not like traditional Alfredo, but we gotta zhuzh it up. I can't just do the plain Alfredo. I gotta like have pizzazz in there. Okay, and then I'm gonna add some chicken broth. This is just regular chicken broth. Gonna do, it's probably a little less than a quarter of a cup of chicken broth. And then I'm gonna put this on. And we are just going to blend this on like the medium speed, and I'm gonna process it until it's completely smooth. Okay, let's take a look. All right, that looks really good. We're just gonna leave this to the side because we're gonna cook our pasta next. And you definitely should not be, if you're still buying Alfredo sauce in the store, definitely don't do that. If you're someone who's doing high protein, I highly recommend you just do it on your own, do it yourself. It's really, really simple. Especially you can do it with the cottage cheese, and it doesn't taste just like straight cottage cheese. It tastes really nice, especially when you're cooking it with like the chicken broth and the nice seasonings. Welcome in, everybody. All right, let me move all of my seasonings except for the salt. These live streams Chaos Kitchen, because that's sort of what we feeling like a little bit today. Okay, and I don't need my minced garlic anymore. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, so I have little pots. Let's make sure that we are centered. Okay. We're gonna turn it on high, and I like to cook my pasta in chicken broth. That's a little tip if you are trying to get some more protein in. So I add about a quarter of a liter. I don't know how much it is, probably like maybe a little over a cup. So for a cup of dry pasta, I do about a little over a cup of the chicken broth, and I just watch it to make sure that it's enough. But the reason I do that, and I don't just put it in regular water, is first of all, I think cooking your pasta in chicken broth adds a ton of flavor, one, and two, it adds extra protein, and it's like hidden in there, and it just adds nice flavor. So go ahead and do that, and then I am gonna get my measuring cup so I can get exactly the right amount of chicken broth. Or of pasta, sorry guys. Like I said, I'm too much multitasking. Maybe it's too much coffee. I don't know, is it too much coffee? Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna be using this one, and I've used the one that's like the, I don't know what it's called. It's like swirly, I don't know what it's called. This one is the fusilli one. I kind of like it better for this particular recipe. So I like to do a cup of dry pasta. And then on the side here too, I also have my broccoli. I already steamed this. I just take an entire broccoli head. I cut it into the florets, and then I put like 3 to 4 tablespoons of water and throw it in the microwave, and it's steamed. That's it. I don't get the pot out. I don't do the whole fancy way of cooking broccoli. We're lazy out here. We're just trying to make a simple dinner, or a simple meal, I should say. So I'm just waiting for my chicken broth to heat up, and I do like to add a little extra pinch of salt. I don't use the low sodium one, I'm just using the regular one, but it does need a little bit more salt. Okay, so this is almost ready. So you can just follow the box instructions. Since this is a high protein pasta, not that there's any like chemicals or anything added in this, but I actually like to cook it a couple minutes more than what it says on the box. So I think it says like 11 minutes, it says 12 minutes. So I kind of do 14 minutes sometimes, just because it gets it a little bit softer, and this doesn't break apart like chickpea pasta does. All right, so this is almost ready. We're just waiting for our chicken broth to boil. And again, guys, let me know what questions you have about anything. Welcome, welcome in. Okay, this is just about to be boiled. And once our chicken broth is boiled, and now it is, I'm going to add in my dry pasta. So we're gonna let this cook for 14 minutes, just until it is slightly more than what the box said. Like I said, it just depends. If you like it fully al dente, you can just do the 12 minutes. But since it's higher protein, it has lupini bean in it, I just like to cook it a little bit more than what the box says. So we're gonna do 14 minutes. And to my 100 timers, I'm gonna add one more timer, which is my 14 minutes. Hi, Susan, welcome in. Let's lower the heat a little bit. Okay, there we go. We're just letting that cook 14 minutes. And I'm gonna lower the heat a little bit. I'm not kidding, guys, it's like ridiculous how many timers I have. I have actually I have 5 timers going on. And we're about to make cheese. And I'm gonna be recording it for short form too, because I was in the middle of that. And of course, as I was in the middle of recording a short form video, I was like, why don't we go on live? Because that's what we do here. This is, I should really, honestly, I'm gonna start calling this Chaos Kitchen, because this is exactly what it is. Okay. This is just cooking here. And let me check on how we're making pizza tonight. So let me just check on how that dough is doing. She's doing great. If you haven't seen my pizza recipe, make sure to check out that short video. My pizza dough, it's spot on. It's so easy to make. Thank you so much for the follow. All right, so this is boiling. It's got about 12 minutes left. Like I said, guys, it's just a super simple recipe. We're just meal prepping for lunch tomorrow. I kind of do this where I just start doing 100 things at the same time because that's logic. Let me know where everyone is joining in from. I always like to know where you guys are coming from, what part of the world you're in. That's my producer behind. Waiting is really the hardest part, guys. I feel like I just want to like accelerate time and I'm just staring at it. You got this. I believe in you. So where's everyone from? Let me know. And make sure to like this live stream if you can. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out the account a lot. Make sure to give me a follow and check out all of the videos that I have on the main page. Do a lot of high protein stuff here, kind of like low to moderate carb, depending on what it is. Make a lot of desserts. But yeah. I just love sharing these recipes, and recently I've been really into sourdough, so gonna be doing a lot more sourdough recipes. Like I said, I was making focaccia today, we're making prep for the big loaf, and we're making pizza, so it's just a full cooking day here. All right, and if you haven't already prepared, I did say this earlier, but for those of you who are just joining, also make sure to steam some broccoli to have it with you. This one is going to be meat-free. I'm not going to be adding any meat to this, but you absolutely can if you want to. Chicken breast goes really well. I'm just kind of keeping it simple. I don't have any chicken breasts on hand right now, so we're just not going to be adding that today. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. The waiting game really is the hardest part. I might as well start preparing my toppings for the pizza. Although we're far away from the pizza, we're probably like an hour and a half away from the pizza being ready. We might as well start prepping our ingredients for that. So the sauce we don't need to take out. But I am going to prep. I don't care what anybody says. Hawaiian pizza is the best pizza. So yes, we're doing ham and pineapple. Let me know who else is with me. Ham and pineapple are the best toppings. So I just like to get these pineapple ones. They're just like the tidbits. You can also cut them yourself, but I just do it from the can. And then I'm just gonna drain the liquid. The thing I love about the pizza recipe that I've kind of figured out is best for me is that you can do whatever toppings and the cooking instructions will be exactly the same. Are we ordering all the people who say they don't like it, want to eat it? Exactly. Everybody says that they don't like Hawaiian pizza until they eat Hawaiian pizza. It's the most elite pizza. Thank you for agreeing. I feel validated in my feelings now because I really feel like people just be hating on pineapple pizza for no reason. Okay. So I just used the one from the can. And the ham that I like to use for it too, I like to use Black Forest ham because it kind of adds a little bit of a smoky flavor without being super overpowering. And it doesn't have a lot of sweetness. You want to be really careful with the sweetness. Because you are already adding pineapple, and if you use something like a honey baked ham or honey glazed or whatever it is, first of all, it's a lot of added sugar. Can't close this lid. It's a lot of oh my god, I just can't close this container. We're gonna give up on that container. It's a lot of added sugar, and plus the honey ham kind of overpowers the flavor of the whole pizza. You just want the ham to be ham. So, Black Forest ham. Let's cut that up. I honestly just like cut it into like as big of pieces as you want. But I take a couple of the slices and then I'm probably gonna make them like an inch in size. What kind of pizzas do you guys like? Let me know in the chat. I really try everything. I make like a pepperoni too, but sometimes pepperoni just doesn't hit the spot and it needs to be Hawaiian. And you know, now I just end up always doing Hawaiian. I don't do anything else. I just get the ham that's deli sliced and then I just cut it to the size that I like. And that's it. That's my toppings for that. And I actually need to add green bell pepper. I always forget the green bell pepper. Pasta's looking good. As you can see, you don't need a lot of chicken broth, so you don't end up wasting a lot. You can also use like the kettle and fire one. That one is also a really great chicken broth. And if you want even more protein, you can use the bone broth. Some people don't like the flavor of bone broth, so they don't end up using it. That's totally fine as well. I think for the purposes of this high protein meal, it's totally fine to just use bone broth because you don't really taste it and you get extra protein. The broth that I'm using just happened to be on sale, which is why I'm using it. What about jalapeno? I go back and forth with jalapeno on a pizza. Sometimes I don't want it to be too spicy. I do grow my own jalapenos though, and I can them. So I actually sometimes like to just have like my canned jalapeno on the side when I'm eating pizza. I also like to do just like the traditional American thing of adding red, like dried red pepper flakes on pizza. So it just depends. Sometimes it's like too much spicy. And the jalapenos that I grow, they tend to get very, very spicy. So I just don't want to do too much and overpower it and then I can't taste the pizza. But whatever your preference is. Okay, I'm just gonna cut a little bit of the pepper. I don't need too much of it. I'm literally just gonna cut the bottom of this. Our pasta's almost done, just needs another minute or so. Welcome to everyone who's joined. Please double tap and like this live stream if you can. I'd really, really appreciate it. And also make sure to give me a follow if you like high protein recipes. I do try to go on live as often as I can. I haven't been able to go on as frequently as I've wanted to lately. Just been super duper busy. Busy with work, busy with just life in general. It's been a bit tough to go on, but we're doing our best. And I love doing this with you guys on live because I think it's just kind of fun to show you like a full process of like cooking, just regular cooking. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Okay, this pasta looks good. I'm gonna end it 2 minutes early. All right, I'm turning off the heat. I'm going to just drain the liquid. Whatever is left, there's just a little bit of the broth left. And I need a pan. I moved all of my pans out of the, I'm one of those people that stores pans in the oven because we're a little bit limited on storage here. Anybody else store their pans in the oven? Okay. We are now heating a nonstick pan. You can use whatever kind of pan you want. I would not use an iron skillet because it's going to stick. That's not what you're looking for. Hi, Alice. Welcome in. Thank you, everyone, for the follow. Please double tap again. I'd really, really appreciate it. It really helps out the count. So I'm heating this on a medium heat, and we're going to add in our Alfredo sauce that we made. Again, if you're just joining in, this is made with cottage cheese, a little bit of chicken broth, and a bunch of different seasonings, just whatever seasonings you want, as well as minced garlic, just again for some extra flavor. Now, I have run out of Parmesan. Like I said, we're just winging it today. I ran out of Parmesan. If you have Parmesan, make sure to add that in. I don't have it for the day, so I'm not gonna be adding it. I am going to be adding, however, some mozzarella cheese. It's whole milk mozzarella. It'll do. It'll be fine. So I'm gonna be adding this later on. I'm just gonna get that ready. Okay. Timers are going good. We're good on time, guys. Don't worry about it. Our multitasking is going great. All right, that is getting nice and hot. I'm going to get a spoon and we're going to pour out our Alfredo sauce in the pan. I'm now lowering to a low heat. And we are letting this sauce heat up and cook down a little bit. We're just gonna let this heat up. Trust the process, guys. Give it a minute. Alright, I'm also going to get just a tiny bit of whole milk, just a little bit. I'm gonna pour it in there. I don't like to use heavy cream because we're already doing cottage cheese, we're already doing mozzarella. It's like a little bit too much. But the whole milk is good for just kind of adding to that creaminess. So we're letting everything heat up. And I'm also going to add my mozzarella cheese. Just trust the process, guys. We're letting everything heat up here, and it's all going to melt in together. I'm gonna raise it just a little bit. we're essentially just going to let all of the chicken broth evaporate, and it's going to leave a nice cheesy Alfredo sauce for our pasta. Welcome in. Hope everyone had a very nice weekend. So we're letting this come up. It's going to start simmering. I'm getting that simmering. We're just watching the temperature. Like I said, guys, trust the process. Cottage cheese is obviously going to behave differently than regular heavy cream or anything like that, but we're getting there. Just trust it. Just trust it. So it's starting to simmer, and we're gonna let this simmer for a couple of minutes so that the chicken broth can evaporate and all of the flavors are going to come together to build that high protein Alfredo sauce. As you can see, everything is starting to come together. And we're just watching that heat. I'm turning it on the low heat to make sure it's not gonna boil over. Welcome in, everybody. Again, I'm just waiting for that chicken broth to evaporate, and you just want to keep it on low and just keep watching it. You'll know when it's ready. Let's see how our timers are doing. I'm just going to check on my pizza dough, which is doing great. All right, so at this stage, it's about like half evaporated. I'm gonna add in some of my cooked broccoli. I'm gonna add like this amount. However much is your heart's content for the broccoli. And I'm also going to add in my cooked pasta. It's going to finish cooking with the sauce, and everything's going to become creamy and it's all going to come together. So we're just mixing this all together, and we are waiting for that chicken broth to evaporate. All right, I'm gonna let this continue behind me so I can start working on the dough because the timer is now ready. We're just gonna leave this behind here. And I will show you guys a finished product. We just need this space. Okay. Where's the top to this? There it is. Leave that to cool off just a bit. Okay. We're gonna move on for a second to our cheese making. So, I will have a full short of this available, but we're going to start straining our cheese. I just need a large bowl. Don't mind me, we need something from up here. We need our cheesecloth. Like I said, we're just doing a lot of multitasking today. So I will have the full short of this available very soon. But I have started making my own cheese. It's the best. It's the best cheese. It's not just because I'm making it, so maybe I'm a little bit suggestive, but... So I just have my milk right here, and don't mind me guys, we were in the middle of filming a short form for this, so we're just gonna finish doing that. Alfredo's done, we're just gonna pause on that for a second. So, for the cheese, this is about 1.5 gallons of whole milk. And I've put a coagulant in here and some salt. We need to strain it now. So I let it boil almost up to a boil. It just got hot. And then take it off the heat, add the coagulant and the salt in, and then let it sit for about 45 minutes to an hour. This has been sitting probably for like 1 hour and 20 minutes. It'll be fine. I'm just going to cut into here. And I'm gonna do a little bit filming, so don't mind me. We got a lot of things going on. Okay. And then I like to take just a spatula and I'm going to mix it around. To start separating the whey from the cheese itself. Okay, we're just gonna set this off to the side right here. And I'm gonna move all of this other stuff because it's just in my way now. Okay, so what I like to do, so I am making fresh cheese. I will have a full short of this available very, very soon, probably tomorrow, but we're just straining the cheese and it's gonna be amazing. It's like creamy, almost, it's called quesillo, which is like, it's a Bolivian type of cheese. It's kind of a crumbly but also creamy at the same time. It's amazing. So I have my cheesecloth, and get an organic cheesecloth, and then I just take a measuring cup. I go in like this, and then I pour it in. We're going to start separating the cheese from the whey. And you're just gonna let that strain out. Okay, and then I just kind of move it from side to side. I don't like to squeeze out too much because otherwise it's going to go and sift through the actual cheesecloth. So we just kind of move it like this. I've been wanting to make cheese. This is super, super easy to make. I was really intimidated in the beginning when I was making this, but it's actually really simple. So again, make sure to stay tuned. Full video will be posted very, very soon. As you can see, we're in the process of doing it. All right, so I just kind of go back and forth like this, and this just helps move the cheese and move the whey so it starts to separate. But don't squeeze, because otherwise you're going to squeeze like the cheese itself through the cheesecloth. And these cheesecloths are reusable, so it's worth the investment to get an organic one, because then you can actually reuse it, you can clean it. It's one of my timers. We got, like I said, we got a lot of things going on. This is the focaccia. This is the last fold though. So this is my focaccia high hydration dough. This is the last fold that I need to do, and then it's just going to sit and overproof. We're gonna turn our focaccia timer on. All right, back to business. Back to our cheese business. So I'm just moving this around. I was so intimidated to make this at first, but my husband loves this cheese, and you basically cannot find it anywhere. It's just very, I don't know why, like nobody makes it, I guess because it's a very specific cheese and it's just from Bolivia. So unless you live in a community where there's a lot of Bolivians there, it's just really hard to find. All right. Now our pizza timer went off. We're gonna let the pizza dough continue to rise for another hour. And during that time, I'm also going to start preheating the oven to 500. You can see it very, very hot. Okay. Sunday is really like my prep day. It's when I make everything for the whole week. I make the bread for the week. I make the cheese for the week. I've really stopped buying as much cheese. The only cheese I've been buying is mozzarella, though. Probably might start making that myself too. But yeah. The mozzarella might be might be next. All right, we're gonna put our sourdough instead. I got one of those like sourdough warmers, highly recommend. And I've been using the timer thing. 82, maybe we want to make it a little bit hotter. 83. Okay. So instead of squeezing, like I said, I just kind of move around the cheesecloth instead to let the whey strain from it. And I just slowly add from the pot. Welcome in, everybody. If you wouldn't mind double tapping to like this live stream, I'd really appreciate it, and please give me a follow. So we're just letting this strain again. It does take some time, just some patience. And since it's creamier, it, like I said, it will strain through the cheesecloth, so just be careful. That's a mistake I made the first time. And you do want to keep a little bit of moisture in there. I've become like so obsessed with this cheese. It's just like the perfect mix of creamy but also crumbly. And I just kind of lift it up like this, the cheesecloth, instead of squeezing. So as you can see, that cheese is now left over from the whey, and that's exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for it to separate and strain. Okay. We are definitely still active. Okay, there we go. Just be patient with this, guys. The nice thing about making cheese at home is that you know exactly what goes in it, and it's literally, what are you making? I'm making, it's called quesillo, which is a Bolivian type of cheese. It is literally just whole milk, salt, and a coagulant agent. And I get it from just online. It takes about 3.5 hours to make this cheese, and you can have enough fresh cheese for the whole week. Again, I don't do the squeeze until the end because I just try to be careful. I don't want to lose any of the actual cheese itself. All right, so we're just carefully, continuously straining this. As you can see, the whey is separating. And stay tuned because I will be posting the full video of this very, very soon. And after this, we are also going to be making pizza. My pizza dough is almost ready. I'm actually preheating the oven right now. I'm about to put my pizza stone in there. So I'm gonna kind of do a little lift here because we do have a lot. It's hard to kind of roll it back and forth. I'm just gonna lift this and let gravity do its thing. Thank you so much, dear bestie, for the like. Welcome in. So I'm not doing like a full squeeze, but I'm doing like a light squeeze. Thank you so much for the heart. By the way, guys, anyone who's on right now, if you have not followed Dear Bestie, she makes really great sourdough videos, really helpful tips and tricks, ones that I personally use. So give her a follow. All right. Let's go ahead and add some more. As you can see all that whey that has come out. Whoop, that's okay. We didn't drop it. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw the drop. We're fine, guys. Everything's fine. This process does take time, but it's 100% worth it. Again, we just kind of keep pouring this in there and just be patient, take your time. And this cheese, by the way, with some freshly baked sourdough, hits the spot. Again, we're just gonna lift. Not a full squeeze, but kind of like a light squeeze. Appreciate that, dear bestie. Thank you, thank you. All right. So this is looking pretty good. And you might be wondering, how is all this gonna fit in the cheesecloth? It will fit in the cheesecloth, I promise you. But just take your time with this. Now, you can leave the whey, you can keep the whey, you can use whey. Don't yell at me, I'm gonna discard it this time because I'm just not gonna end up using it this week. I got other cooking plans for this week. So I'm not gonna end up using it, so I will just toss it. But if you keep whey, it's really good for smoothies. You don't even taste it, and it adds a lot of extra nutrients, healthy vitamins, extra protein. But I'm just not gonna be doing that because it's just a bit much. Thank you all so much for the likes. Also make sure to hit that follow button. I really appreciate it. And again, this full video will be out very, very soon, like in the next couple days. I'm in the middle of recording it too for this. Because like I said, we decided to multitask today. Like 4 recipes at a time. Because why not? Because it's Sunday. We gotta prep for everything. Okay, so we're gonna do a little maneuver here. When the bowl with the whey gets full, I do this kind of maneuver situation. So I do like that, and then I take my cup, and then I just kind of transfer it over here, and then we're gonna dump this. Again, you don't have to dump the whey. I'm just gonna do it because I'm just not gonna end up doing it this week. And you get a lot from it, and I just don't have the space to be storing more stuff in my fridge. Like, I don't know about you guys. Okay, let's give this a little squeeze. Get some more of that liquid out. See how our timers are doing? Okay, timers are doing well. I'm preheating the oven. Thank you all so much for the likes. So again, I am cooking cheese. This is a, for those of you who are just joining in, it is a Bolivian type of cheese. It's called quesillo, spelled like queso, but Q-U-E-S-I-L-L-O. And it is a Bolivian type of cheese. It is kind of crumbly, but also very creamy. The closest thing that I could describe it in terms of texture is kind of a mix of like queso fresco with farmer's cheese. Sort of like that, but doesn't taste anything like it. It tastes amazing. You're not fermenting, it's same day. It only takes a couple of hours to make. So it is same day. Whoop. No complicated ingredients. The only place I've ever been able to find this is at a Bolivian restaurant. We live in a community where there's a lot of Bolivians here, so Bolivian restaurant is not that uncommon, but not a lot of them make this cheese fresh. And that's my oven. I'm gonna put my pizza stone in there. Also, I want to show you guys. Oh, I'm so sorry for the noise. This is my gorgeous pizza stone. If you cook pizza a lot, get yourself a pizza stone. You need it. I'm just gonna preheat it at 500. It needs a lot of time to preheat properly. We're just gonna leave that in there. It'll be at least an hour that it's in there. So again, quesillo. So I've only been able to find it at a restaurant, and only one restaurant, and kind of mediocre at that. My husband is Bolivian, and he was telling me how he's like hasn't had this cheese, like proper quesillo, for like honestly since he left Bolivia. So I was like, you know what? Let me try to make it myself. I tried it once with doing 2% and whole milk. Was kind of close. Then I did just the whole milk, and it was perfect. And I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how to fully describe this flavor to you or the texture, but it's perfect. And it goes really well with everything. It's like really nice in the morning with your coffee. It's great on some fresh sourdough. I make mini sourdough loaves. I call them mini sourdough loaves, but they're also a Bolivian type of bread. It's called maraquetas. They're like they're kind of like literally like mini sourdoughs, and it's same day. There's no cold proofing for that either. If you want a full recipe, drop it in the chat. Let me know. I can post a full video of that too. You put it in some of that in the morning, and it's like this crispy little sourdoughs and the cheese, and it's just fabulous. And it's not super salty. It's not salty at all. It's like very mildly salty. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Please double tap that screen if you're in here. It is absolutely free to double tap. And give me a follow if you don't mind. Thank you, dear bestie, again. Appreciate that. Oh my God. All right, we're gonna do a little lift here. If you guys aren't making your own cheese at home yet, where you been at? All right, we gotta turn the fan on a little bit because we got that 500-degree oven going on, and your girl be schwitzing a bit. You got the fan going? Okay, the fan is on, okay. Anyone else, like, you just start baking and it's like all of a sudden 1,000 degrees in your kitchen? Too much. Okay. And then, of course, this is my fuel for the day. I love this stuff. It's fabulous. Thank you so much, everyone, for the follow. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Candy Girl. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry if I missed you, if any of you followed and I just didn't shout you out. Let me know where everybody is coming from. I love to know where you guys are from. Okay. We're just straining this. If anyone's joining in just now, we are making some cheese. You guys can see that texture is really starting to form now. You see that? That's what you're looking for. Houston, Texas. I absolutely love Texas. I'm obsessed with Texas. I don't live in Texas just now, but I will be in the future. Love it. Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, dear Bessie, I didn't know you're from Atlanta. Also from the East Coast. Ashley's from Odessa, Texas. We got a lot of Texas folks in here. I love it. New York. One thing about the East Coast is we have the best beaches, okay? I mean, I don't care what the West Coast says. East Coast has the best beaches. Just saying, at least our water's warm. Not to say I don't love the West Coast. I do love the West Coast, beautiful. But our beaches are nicer. Especially down south. Like Myrtle Beach, it's fabulous. Central Wisconsin, the cheese state. I'm making this in honor of you, Jamie. The Wisconsin, the cheese state. I hope I can live up to the Wisconsin expectations. I wonder, Jamie, if you're from Wisconsin, is it like really common that people make cheese at home, or is it so, it's just like there's farms making cheese that there's no point of making your own cheese? Like, is that a thing? Are a lot of people making it on their own? Because I was asking, when I just started making this cheese, yeah, exactly, they just buy it. Yeah, when I was making this cheese, I was asking my husband, I was like, so do people end up just making this cheese at home a lot in Bolivia? No, they just go and buy it because it's everywhere. So same with Wisconsin, you just go and buy it because why make it yourself when it's like really probably inexpensive for you to get it? I mean, I'm from the DC area, so anything from Wisconsin is probably expensive. I mean, honestly, everything here is expensive, but I have Renee ready to go. You are inspiring me. Yeah, Renette, that's what it's called. I was like, I couldn't remember. I'm like, cheese coagulant. Yeah, it's so simple. You just need whole milk, half of a tab of that, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. And then that's it. That's all the ingredients. We're getting really close to this being done. Again, we're just taking our time. I know this is like taking forever, but trust me, it's worth it. And it's kind of fine because our oven's preheating and we need about an hour for the pizza stone to preheat. I know, guys, I'm gonna be on for a while. I'm gonna show you how I'm making the pizza. Don't think I'm gonna leave you hanging. If you haven't watched my video on making sourdough pizza, make sure to check that out. I'm not going to be making the sourdough pizza today. It honestly looks exactly the same as my, I'm using the dry active yeast. But the sourdough pizza that I make is great. I just was on a time constraint, so I don't have time to let it bulk ferment and then make it. But it's so worth it if you have the time. So make sure to give me a follow, and you can check that full video out on the main page. Okay, we're gonna do another lift here. And I don't typically make cheese either. Like, I'm not someone, I mean, I grew up with my mom always making fresh farmer's cheese because I'm Eastern European, so like making your own farmer's cheese is very normal. Everybody just has their own homemade recipe. So I grew up with my mom making that all the time, but I never made it myself. but the necessity of having this kind of cheese, and then I realized how easy it is to make, that it only takes like 3 hours. Like I can come home from work, I let the milk get hot, I add the Renee in there, which is the coagulant. Thank you, Jamie, for reminding me what it's called. And I just let it sit there, and then I just strain it, and that's it, it's done. I mean, oh, thank you, Jamie, that is so nice of you to say. And guys, just so you know, I do a lot of different stuff on my channel. I don't just make one kind of thing. I don't just make sourdough. I don't just make, well, now we be making cheese. I don't just cook high protein or regular recipes. I do it all. Desserts, everything. Honestly, whatever I'm just in the mood for. And honestly, the point of this channel is to show you guys simple recipes that you can make at home. You don't have to be an expert in the kitchen. You don't have to be a professional chef. You can just be a regular person and make your own stuff at home, and it can seem really fancy. I am in no way a professional. I am new to making stuff in the kitchen too, but I just love to share everything with you guys, and you know, just stuff that I'm learning as well. Thank you so much, Cece, for the heart. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for the follow. If you haven't already double tapped that screen, make sure to double tap it like this live stream. Okay, the cheese is coming together. And anyone else multitask on a Sunday? Like, this is literally what happened today. I am getting ready to form long form. We start preparing everything. Then my brain says, okay, let's make sourdough loaf for tomorrow. So I start doing that. And then I was like, I still have extra starter. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna make focaccia. But wait, I also want pizza tonight. We still have extra. Let's make pizza. So we start making a pizza. So now we have 3 timers going on for dough. And I was like, oh, let me also make cheese, because why not? So that's how we ended up here today. So we had 4 timers. I even got like the physical timer, because I'm like, there's not enough timers. And then I'm like, I have to label the timer. So I have to pause to actually put in the label of the timer. It's absolutely ridiculous. But it's all working out. Everything's fine, guys. Yeah, Jamie, you got focaccia going for supper? Yeah, I just recently tried it. It was actually an accident. So I was actually doing my my mini loaves, and I was like, okay, well, I don't really have time to finish them because they're the same day. So I was like, oh, I didn't have time. So I just put it into cold proof. Then I took it out from the cold proof the next day, and I was like, you know what? We can finish these loaves. Don't worry about it. So then time goes by. I leave it out. I'm like, okay, I'm only supposed to leave it out on the counter for an hour or 2 hours. 8 hours passes because we decided to go out to a beer garden, and it was too much fun. So we came back, and I was like, oh, I forgot I put the dough on the counter. So it was like 8 hours had passed. Then I was like, well, what do I do now? Because it's like super overproofed. And I was like, but I'm not wasting all of this dough. It smelled fine. It smelled really nice. So I was like, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to put it back into cold proof. So we did actually 2 cold proofs by accident. Might be a new recipe. This might be the trick for flavorful sourdough focaccia. I don't know. We did a 2-day cold proof. I did a 2nd day cold proof. I took it out. I did everything you do regularly for focaccia, and it was amazing. So I'm like, you know what, maybe we're on to something. 2-day focaccia, maybe that's a thing, I don't know. But it was a total accident because it's high hydration, so I was like, this is just a mess. I don't even know what I'm doing. And I'd never made it before, but it is so easy. It's actually so much simpler. But I just like I don't do like the fancy stuff. I just kind of keep it simple with the toppings. I did like a rosemary and some mozzarella. And I just kept it simple. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is also the new hack to like an easy bread. Because I guess you could use focaccia as bread. Just saying. Like a flavorful bread. I don't know. What kind of focaccia bread, or actually, I mean, what kind of bread flavors do you guys like? Because I always end up just doing the simple, like, regular recipes, and I don't do any, like, extra flavors or cheese or the tomatoes or whatever. I don't know. I don't make sweet breads, really, or sweet loaves. Not really my thing. But let me know what you guys like. I got recently the, what are they called? Like the 5-inch bannetons, which are like the small proofing baskets. And I kind of want to do like a flight. So I want to like try different flavors to see if maybe there's one that I've just been lagging on. I kind of want to try like Nutella in there. Maybe that might be good. You have wild ramps coming up in the woods, so I press those in with soy. What are ramps? Are those like mushrooms? I don't know. I wish there was like wild leek. Ooh, interesting. The only thing I've had with leek is like a soup, like a potato soup with leek. I never grew up eating a lot of leek. That just like wasn't a thing. And like I said, I'm from the DC area. You ain't going to hunt for anything in these woods, let me tell you that. There is nothing here. Because our climate's so wonky, like it's so all over the place, that nothing, maybe it's just me, I don't know. I guess if you live like in a more wooded area, it'd be fine, but where I live, you're only gonna find weeds and, what are those called? Dandelions? That's the most you're gonna, I guess you could make something with dandelions. They're endangered, but our woods are full. I always wonder if endangered is relative. Like, maybe it depends on the climate. I don't actually know how leek grows. Like, I've never seen it in the wild. That's just like not a thing that we have here. I do actually remember growing up that people used to get the wild, what is it called? It's not like green onion, but they're like, oh, onion grass. That grows a lot here. Like I remember as a kid growing up, and you would just pick onion grass and you would just eat it from the ground. It was pretty good. It was almost like a garlic green onion hybrid. What are they called? Garlic onion? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Dandelion blossoms make a great pain salve. Oh, I have heard that. I've heard that a lot. I've also heard people using dandelion for like foot baths for like detox. I don't know. Anybody tried that? Okay, this is our cheeses looking. We're making very good progress. As you can see, here is the delicious cheese. We're gonna do a little bit more squeeze in here, and then I'm just going to kind of tie this off and let it rest for like 1 to 2 hours, and it's just gonna let the rest of the whey strain, and that's literally it. Like after this, because I probably won't be on live till then, but maybe I will actually. No, I might be on live through the end, but you'll see it in the full video. After this is done straining for 1 hour to 2 hours, like all the way is gone, you just like dump it out into a bowl, salt it. I kind of use like about, in total, maybe a tablespoon of salt. Again, it just depends on your preference, but it's not supposed to be super salty. You like break it up, you salt it, and then you form it into like a cheese ball, and that's it. It's so simple. All right, we're just pressing. Let's take a look here. That's looking really, really good. Ooh, we have cheese flying. Okay, that is looking really nice. I'm just gonna kind of scrape this down with a spatula. Always keep a spatula on hand when you're making cheese, because you can sort of scrape it down to the bottom. This seems very complicated and it's absolutely not. I was scared to make this at first because I'm like, oh my God, you think cheese and you're like fermentation or whatever. No, there's none of that here. You're not even like letting it go to full boil. You're not letting it like strain for days or whatever. It's literally like 3 to 4 hours total for this whole thing. And do another squeeze here. The gravity will do the work. We have space here. Yeah, we do. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for the follow. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Now, guys, don't be mad at me. Like I said, I'm not gonna be keeping the whey because I just don't have space. So, we're dumping it. Don't get mad at me, guys. But keep the whey if you can. If you have space, keep it. It's healthy, it's good for you, it's got protein, got vitamins, all kinds of good stuff. So I'm just squeezing a little bit more out before I just let gravity do all the work. Okay, let's take a look here. Take a look at that. Yum! It's amazing. So simple. Okay. Let me film a little bit because, like I said, we are filming at the same time. Okay, and now I'm just gonna pick up everything like this and I'm going to twist it. This, Stephanie, is cheese. It is a Bolivian type of cheese. It's called quesillo. It's creamy / crumbly at the same time. And we're just doing that final strain of it. So I just do like a little twist here, like a twist and squeeze. Don't squeeze too hard, it's gonna like spray everywhere if you do that. So I'm just doing a little squeeze here. Addie, this is cheese. So I'm just doing that final squeeze. I'm about to let it, just gravity do all the work. I will show one more time before I put it away. This is what the cheese is looking like. And again, I'm just going to take this. Thank you so much for the like on this video. If you guys don't mind double tapping to please like, and then also follow if you can. It's absolutely free and I would really, really appreciate it. It really helps out the channel a lot. Okay, so I'm just one more. Okay, and now I'm going to kind of do like this, and then I sort of like just twist and tuck under here. And then we're just gonna let it sit like that in this bowl and continue to strain. As you can see, it is straining. You can see that here. We're gonna let this strain for another hour and a half, something like that. And we're gonna do a little cleanup in the meantime. And we're ready to start working on our pizza. I got cheese everywhere here. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. I'm gonna set this off to the side. Let me, I'm like, got too many things out. Okay. Like I said, I just started like 6 projects at the same time. And then I was like, oh, we'll be fine. We'll keep everything on track. We're doing actually really great so far. Everything is fully on track. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much for the likes. Okay. So my pizza stone is preheating. It needs a full hour. Really let your pizza stone preheat for that long. Okay, let me do a little wipe here. And then we're just gonna put this off to the side. You can just leave it as is. We are letting it dry out, so don't worry, you don't have to like cover it or anything. As I make it fall. That's why we have an empty bowl, don't worry about it. Everything is fine. Okay, and earlier I also made a high protein dish. So I'm just gonna set that over here too. We did just a lot of multitasking today. I just decided that everything needs to be done exactly at the same time. Anybody else? Anybody else just start too many kitchen projects and then your family walks in and they're like, why is every single dish dirty? Like, I ran out of bowls. That's how many things I was doing today. I ran out of like dishes to use. And I had to start washing dishes because I'm like, I did it to myself, really. I'm the problem. I did this to myself. This is my Alfredo high protein pasta. If anyone was on earlier, I was making some protein pasta. It's for my lunch tomorrow. And I also just started making sourdough crackers because I realized they're like super expensive at the store, but they're actually really easy to make. So drop in the chat, guys, do you want to see the sourdough cracker recipe? I will show you. I almost ate all of them, but they're little sourdough crackers. It's from Sourdough Discard. Don't waste your discard. Make crackers out of it. So these are just some crackers that I made. Let me know, guys. Let me know in the chat. Do you guys want to see a full recipe of sourdough discard? Is that a bottle of milk? Could be. I mean, I do have milk in there. It's a glass bottle. Okay, let's do a little cleanup because I'm starting to stress about the mess that's in here. We have to clean as we go. Okay, so my pizza stone's been preheating at 500 for about half an hour. It needs another half an hour. You do really want to make sure it's that full hour that you're preheating a pizza stone. And if you're someone who even makes pizza once a week or once every other week, invest in a pizza stone. Trust me. There is one called Emile Henry. If you know, you know. I think it's a French brand. And they have incredible pizza stones and they're really pretty. I got one as a gift for Christmas a couple of years ago and I love it. It's amazing. Do you get it from the store? It reminded me of having milk delivered. Oh yeah, that's what I was like. I mean, I do have milk. That's such an interesting question. Yes, I do. I'll show you even. So, at an organic grocery store, so I go to Mom's, or if you go to Whole Foods or any like organic grocery store, you can always usually find local farms that they work with. Trader Joe's also works with local farms where they bottle their milk in glass. And I prefer to have it like that. I also get the organic glass bottled milk. It tastes incredible. Another great thing, and I'm not like advocating for like any particular farm, it just depends on what your local farm is. It's usually bottled like this though. You can actually get some money in return when you bring the glass bottle to recycle at the store that you got it from. So check with your local grocery store. They probably do that. I know Whole Foods does that. I know Mom's organic grocery store does that too. Yeah, you can get like, I get $3 back every time I buy it, and it costs like $5 something. So it's almost like more than half the price. And it's just so much better. It tastes so much better than, I try to avoid, it's only like if I cannot find any milk, will I get it in a carton or plastic. Okay, we need to clean up a little bit here. Because we are ready to make our pizza. Okay, let's see how all our doughs are doing. Okay, so the pizza dough looks good. That looks good too. I'll lower it just a little bit. How's our focaccia dough doing? Okay, got a lot of projects here. Okay, this is my pizza dough. She is beautiful. We're ready to work on it. Grandma's saying that milkman's here. Ha! Yeah, I never like grew up with like people delivering milk. I don't even, do they even do that still? Probably, maybe. I'm sure there's a way that you could order milk to be delivered. But yes, get milk from a glass bottle if you can. If you have access to that. It's much better. Okay, I'm actually, I need some flour. Where's my timer? One of my timers is going off. Okay, that's just my focaccia timer. The focaccia just needs to just sit and just do its thing. So we're just gonna let it do its thing. Okay. We have our thing. I'm gonna get 2 bowls. Do I need a bowl? What do I need? Gotta remind myself. So for the pizza, we need to preheat for another 30 minutes. Okay, now I'm gonna shape my dough. I have to like remind myself what I'm doing, honestly. Sometimes I'm just like, huh? Like, what's the next step? So I need my flour sifter. And it's just like this little thing. Okay, hopefully you guys can't see that. I don't think you can see that. I am going to flour my surface. Let me get my scraper. Oh, and I forgot to set a timer. Speaking of timers, I forgot to set a timer for the cheese. I have my scrapers. This is my pizza dough. We're dumping. And I did put this on a warming plate for a little bit. You absolutely don't need to do that, but I just did for the sake of speed and to make sure that it was gonna be ready. So, what I want to do is I want to split this approximately in half. I'm not gonna do like be super crazy about if it's completely in half, but just as best as we can get it. This is about in half. This is not particularly sourdough Vicky. I do have a sourdough pizza recipe though. Just for the sake of time, I did not have time to bulk ferment my sourdough, so that's why we didn't do that for this. Okay, so I am just forming this into a tight ball. And there are bubbles, so we're just gonna form that into a tight ball and then leave this okay, just right there. 30 minutes it needs to rest. You do potato flake sourdough. What is that? Potato flake sourdough. So I'm just forming my dough ball for the pizza. And I haven't done a video on using like dry yeast for this, but I can. Let me know in the chat if you guys want to see that. Okay, and then we're just gonna put that over here and let it rest. So you need 30 minutes for the dough to rest, because then you're going to form it into the actual pizza. Welcome, welcome everyone. So we don't need a much easier and tastier sourdough. The starter is made from instant potato flakes, sugar, and water. Interesting. I've never heard of that. Jamie, you missed, we're making pizza. I'm just letting my dough rest right now for 30 minutes. And then we're going to put it on the pizza stone. Also, I absolutely love these for your dough. I mean, not dough, sorry, for your flour. That's what I meant to say, for the flour. Because it keeps it airtight, and then you don't have to worry about any like, if you have flour, you know that you gotta protect your flour from critters. And airtight containers help you do that. And I just want to show you guys how the rest of the dough looks. So this is the focaccia dough that we have. It's very high hydration. We're just letting her sit. And she's just going to sit out the whole evening until we're ready to go to bed. And then this is my sourdough loaf. As you can see, we're getting some nice bubbles here. This is just like my regular loaf. So it's 6 hours, and I have it on a warming plate. I did fall for the warming plate. It's absolutely necessary. My kitchen is always cold, so I need a warming plate because that's how you just bulk ferment evenly. You added milk powder to the bread. So you guys are doing that with pizza or like milk powder, or is this for focaccia? Let me know. I'm always willing to try new things, especially new recipes. We're gonna do a little cleanup because my kitchen is a hot mess right now. We just got stuff everywhere. There's dirty things everywhere. pizza dough is the same as the focaccia. Yeah, I mean, if you like your pizza dough to be like thicker, then that makes sense. But I like my pizza like super thin, like as thin as you can possibly make it is how I make my pizza dough. So I just really like stretch that thing as much as possible. Also, sorry guys for the noise. I need to wash a little bit because there's just so many dirty dishes and I don't have enough dishes or space. I'm actually really impressed with myself. I know I'm gonna pat my own back. I kept on track with all of my timers. Every single timer. I knew where I was. All the doughs are looking good. I mean, we did it. We did it, guys. And I appreciate everyone for joining. And make sure to stick with me as we are about to put our pizza in the oven. I just gotta clean up a little bit. You're a champ. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate the support, really. I mean, this is really, honestly, it's ridiculous what I did to myself, where I was like, I'm gonna prep 4 different things with 4 different timers, and we're just gonna be fine. Everything is gonna be fine. We're gonna be on time. I mean, I just did it to myself. Because every time you think you're like, oh, it's done. No, the next timer goes off. Hi, Momo Bakes. Welcome in. Sourdough is the best. Also, I think people really overthink sourdough. And they absolutely shouldn't. It's actually really simple. It's like a little bit difficult in the beginning as you're getting used to everything, but then it's really, really simple. They definitely do overthink it. Yes, and something I will say, let me know also, guys, is this water really distracting, or can you hear me clearly? Just like, give me like an okay or a thumbs up in the chat. Just let me know if the water is really distracting. I just like need to clean this because my OCD be like crazy right now. I'm like, I just gotta like clean everything. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. Jamie, yes, white wine is encouraged. Good question. It is very much encouraged for the purposes of baking and your sanity during this whole process, especially if you're like me, doing 4 different things at the same time. Why not add white wine to it too, you know? So I was gonna say, I started doing this thing where I feel so bad that I cannot remember the name of this creator, but she was talking about always keeping your sourdough starter on the counter. And I was wondering, I was like, oh, but don't you have to feed it like every 4 to 6 hours? No, you don't. So what I do is every morning I feed my sourdough starter, and I only keep 50 grams of starter on the counter. So I leave 5 grams of my starter, 20 grams of water, 25 grams of flour. And so it's a little bit drier than normal. And by doing that, you can keep your sourdough starter on the counter all the time. You don't have to temperature control it, and you can feed it once every 24 hours. First of all, I've been doing that because I'm like, I don't know when I want to bake, and there's nothing more annoying. Everyone who bakes with sourdough knows the most annoying thing is waking up your sourdough from the fridge, because you have to take it out and it takes forever to warm it up and to feed it and everything. I stopped doing that. I just keep it on the counter all the time. I feed it once a day, and not only has it made my starter stronger, but it also has just made it easy so that when I want to feed it, I just do like a 1-to-1-to-1 feed, and it's ready in an hour and a half. Like my starter's ready in an hour and a half to use. And that's without a warming plate. That's just like as is on the counter. So now that I have my warming plate, I'm gonna do the 1-to-1-to-1 feed. See what happens, see how it works. So if you guys don't already keep your sourdough starter on the counter all the time, do that. Leave it a little bit drier. You only need 5 grams from the original starter, and then it's always ready to bake. Even if you're someone who bakes once a week, it just makes it really easy rather than having to go back and forth putting it in the fridge. The only thing that's convenient about the fridge is if you're someone who doesn't feel like feeding it every day, then you can go ahead and do that. But I will repeat it again. I do 5 grams of starter, 20 grams of water, 25 grams of flour. So it's slightly drier, it eats the flour a little bit slower, and it just makes your starter so strong. So make sure to do that. Okay, it's a little bit cleaner in here. We're feeling a little bit better. There's like too many things going on. All right. We got this also, one more thing. And we're almost ready to shape our pizza too. Hello, I appreciate everyone staying on. I'm just letting the dough for my pizza kind of rest for a bit after I've just shaped it. And then I'm going to bake it on my pizza stone. And I just need to wash some dishes because there just be no space. I hope everyone had a very nice weekend. I appreciate everyone for joining in. It was absolutely perfect. And I was actually kind of worried because like all of the places I usually go to on the weekend that have like, I love to go watch live music, a lot of them didn't have live music or like planned. But I think when they saw that the weather was going to be so nice, they all like finally had live music. So it was actually like really nice to be able to get out and go listen to something and just enjoy being outside. So if you haven't been outside today, go get some fresh air. And I appreciate everyone from joining. Wisconsin just won spring. It snowed. It snowed in Wisconsin this morning? What the heck? That is actually crazy. I think today, oh, pizza timer. We don't need the pizza timer. We're past the pizza timer, guys. That's actually crazy that it snowed. That's wild. It was like 45 degrees this morning, and then it got up to 75. But the last couple of days, it's gotten up to 90. So I'm loving it. I mean, like I said, guys, right now I'm in the DC area, but I eventually plan on moving to Texas at some point, and it is hot there, and that's what we want. I need like extreme heat. That's what I need. I need it to be as hot as humanly possible and dry. Is that too much to ask? I don't know. Maybe it's too much to ask. Okay. We're feeling a little bit better. We can see the bottom of the sink, so we've made some progress. Oh, I want to show you guys the little mini sourdoughs that I was talking about. So I do have some, and I just want to show you what they look like. They're super, super cute. These are what's going to go really well with the cheese that I was making earlier. It's a sweet little town, Denison, Texas. Yeah, it's just Texas is fabulous with the weather, with everything. We got so much going on down there. Okay. So first of all, if you don't already keep your bread in beeswax, keep it in beeswax. It's great for getting any kind of like bacteria away because it does let moisture wick through it. Plus, it's like adhesive by itself, so it's reusable, and you just wash it. Like I just washed this one with a little bit of mild soap, and it's ready to go for the next one. It's already dry. I just fold it like this, and then I store it, and it's ready to go. So this is I use the beeswax paper for all of my bread, any bread, like focaccia, the regular sourdough loaf, the mini loaves, whatever. So these are my little mini sourdoughs. I just wanted to show you how cute they are. So they look like this. They're almost like little baguettes, but they're not. They're not little baguettes. They are these tiny little loaves. They're super cute, and they're same day. You heard me, same day. So you know what? I am gonna post a full video about that. So next time I'm making a batch, I will show you. Something that's really great is you use your sourdough starter, but you don't need to bulk ferment it like you normally would because they're small. And I shape them in a baguette tray, and you can leave them in the baguette if you want to, or like the baguette tray if you want to, and they'll be kind of this like long baguette style. The great thing about these is you get everything you love in a sourdough. When you heat it up like in a mini oven, you can just like toast it very lightly, and then it's crisp like a perfect sourdough bread, and it's the perfect size for a sandwich too. So it's like, just like, look at how cute these are. Just look. They're awesome. And it keeps the inside really fresh too. So you have like the large bubbles. Let me actually just cut one in half to show you. I will cut, this one is less perfect. They're all perfect, but this one's less perfect. So let me show you the inside. Just look at that. So it's like a perfect mini sourdough, same day. They're amazing. And the great thing is, so like after I've reactivated my starter, which like I said, it's just like a 1-to-1-to-1, I put it on the warming plate, and then it's good in like an hour. And you don't even need to honestly, you don't need to let the starter be double the size. It just needs to increase at least by 50%. So it's like bubbly on the bottom and the sides, and it's active. And so I mix it, like I mix all the dough and I let it rest for an hour, and then I do 3 stretch and folds 45 minutes apart, shape, rest, bake, and we're back in business. And that's it. So it's really simple and just a great way to have something different. I like to have these for like the sandwich, see, look at that. It's all stuck together. And then I just like to put it in my it's a little pretty, I think it's Turkish. I think my mom brought it for me when when my parents were on a trip, and it's just like a cute little thing to hold your bread in. But the mini loaves are great if you love to make sandwiches and you don't want to make a huge loaf, though I do always end up making a huge loaf because they're just good for different things. You got to have your avocado toast in the morning and then your sourdough sandwich in the afternoon. It's simple as that. All right. I'm going to take out my marinara sauce. So we can start warming up for the pizza. So I have my mozzarella cheese. We don't want to go on low power mode. I need to plug this in. 1 second, guys. This is about to disconnect because of the power. I'm gonna get a wire to charge the phone because it's gonna stop working in a second. Okay, we have the cheese. And then I'm gonna do, we're just doing, like I said, Hawaiian pizza is the best pizza. Don't at me, okay? Hawaiian pizza is what we're making today. I don't even bother making the other kind of pizza because pineapple and ham on pizza is just elite. We've already discussed this. It is the elite choice. Okay, and then I'm gonna be using my marinara. I'm just using this one. Whatever marinara sauce you have is fine. I like to take it out a little bit early so that it starts to warm up to room temperature. And I'm gonna be baking it in like 10 minutes. So now is the perfect time. I'm just gonna pour it out here. You can always put it back if it's too much. My cat has now come out because he smells the ham. So that's how you know it's gonna be good. Anyone who has cats, you already know. They smell ham and they're ready to party. I know it's not wine, it's iced coffee. And yes, it's 5:52 p.m. and we're drinking coffee. Is that good? I don't know. I also don't know how the social medias be feeling about wine on screen. So I don't want to be, although it's apple juice, right? Or grape juice. It's grape juice. Jamie, you can have wine on my behalf. Okay. I got everything ready. We're gonna start shaping. Oh, you are. I know you are, girl. Okay. She looking beautiful. Here is our pizza dough. You can see the perfect little bubbles here. We got some nice big ones right there. We're gonna start shaping this. This is very simple. Pizza's very simple. Don't overthink it. So what I do is I take my fingers and I just kind of start pressing out, and I'm gonna turn over and press out like this. I literally do this like this. I just stretch it. I'm not a fancy pizza chef. We're not gonna be spitting pizzas over here because the pizza's gonna end up across the room. So we're just stretching this out. And don't push it. If it's not stretching anymore, let it be, let it rest for like 10 minutes and then keep stretching it again. So we're just stretching it lightly. Don't do too much, don't go too crazy. Now, like I said, I like my pizza very thin, so I'm just stretching it out as thin as possible. Now, usually what I do is I par bake it, so that means you just bake the dough as is with no toppings on it. I do that for 1 minute at 500 degrees on the pizza stone. And what that does is it kind of starts to cook the crust before you put all the toppings on so it doesn't get like soggy. Totally optional step, just my preference. So like I said, I'm just stretching it out like this as far as it will go. What is everyone having for dinner tonight? Let me know in the chat. And thank you so much to everyone who has stayed on for this whole time. I really appreciate it, or even just a long time. It really means so, so much. And if you haven't already, double tap that screen to like this live stream. Please go ahead and do so. And make sure to give me a follow if you can. Thank you so much for the follow. Really, really appreciate it. Okay. I have my little paddle thing. Focaccia with butternut squash soup. Ooh, that sounds good. I love butternut squash soup. It's honestly probably my favorite soup. Okay, actually, wait. Before we did that, I need some rice flour. Rice flour. This brand. Okay? Now I take a little bit of the rice flour, I put it on the pizza paddle. Just a little bit. Don't go too crazy, don't do too much. I spread it on the pizza paddle. Like this. And then what we do is we do a little this situation. We pick up the thing and then we do it like that. That's okay, we'll fix this later, don't worry guys. And then we do kind of like this situation. Now, this is the pizza paddle that came with my pizza stove. So I know that it needs to be this size. So I just make sure that it's this size. Now, I'm gonna check my phone because I've tried 100 different timings of this and we just need to make sure that we're gonna do the right timing. 1 minute, 8 minutes. Okay, 1 minute, 8 minutes, broil. So, we do par bake, fix any of these little, sometimes little holes might rip, that's okay. We just do a little pinch, we fix it. I par bake for 1 minute, then 8 minutes for the actual cooking with the toppings, and then broil on high for 1 minute. Let's go ahead and take our pizza stone out. Make sure to not burn your hands. It's very hot. I hope you guys can see me back there. We're gonna go ahead and put this on. So this is gonna first par bake for 1 minute. While that is happening, thank you. We've worked on this. This is our first rodeo. You know, we've been working on this for a while. Okay, now I'm gonna prep the other dough while it's par baking. This is gonna be a bit of a multitask. Everything will be fine. I'm flipping, I do a little bit of this situation, I do a little bit of that situation. And now I'm stretching. There's 21 seconds left. We're then going to throw all our toppings on. I hope you guys can see me back there. It's really hard to show you, it's very hot. So I can't really bring it over here, or else I'm gonna burn everything and myself, and it's just gonna be too much chaos. Timer's going off. We're going to take out the pizza. Pizza's very simple, don't overthink it. Take out the pizza. I'm just gonna show you guys. Take a look at this beauty. we have our pizza stone. We're now going to throw all of our toppings on. I have my little marinara sauce. Marinara goes on. I'm putting all my marinara on. Put on as much as you like. Make your pizza exactly how you like it. I like a medium minimum amount of sauce on it. The sauce is on. Now the ham. Spread out our ham. Okay, ham be looking good. I almost forgot the bell peppers. Take your bell peppers. Put as many as you want on. These are my toppings. You do whatever toppings you like. Bell pepper. Now, pineapple. Don't at me. Like we talked about already, guys. We already agreed on this. Pineapple is the best topping. We agreed. Okay, and cheese. Maybe we forgot to put the cheese on first, but that's okay because we're just winging it. It's gonna be fine. We're putting on the cheese. Next time we'll put the cheese on first, but that's okay because we're on live. We're a little bit distracted. That's a little bit okay. It just means that the cheese will be on top versus the bottom, and it honestly makes absolutely no difference what order it's in. Okay, and final thing, we need to add some dried oregano. Sprinkle that on top. I'm going to show you. Here's our little pizza. It's gonna go back into the oven, 500 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 minutes. Okay, 8 minutes. While that's happening, we're gonna prep the second dough. This is a quick process, guys. Penzeys pizza seasoning. Never heard of it, but we shall try it. Okay, we're stretching this out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first cook both of my pizzas. 1 minute par bake, take it out. Put your toppings on, back in the oven, 8 minutes. Once you finish that, take it out, leave it. At the very end, you're gonna turn the broil on high, and we're going to broil the top, make it a little bit crisp, you know? It's a Wisconsin company. Ooh. I've never even heard of it. I wonder if they even sell that here. I probably have to order that online. Okay, that looks like a good size. I'm gonna stretch it out just a little bit more. Any of these like thick pieces, like thick dough pieces, I just like stretch them out. You do have to go online. Okay, I will do that. I will try that out. I always just end up doing like oregano, and then let me show you something else you need with your pizza. And if you haven't been eating your pizza with this, then what are you even doing? This must be your side for the pizza. Don't at me. Get these. I always have a jar ready on hand 24/7. Okay, she's looking good. We're just gonna leave it there until our pizza is ready. We're also going to see how far along we are with the cheese. Cheese is looking good. And our dough is looking good as well. We're just doing it today, guys. This is a very productive day. I really appreciate everyone for staying on. This has been super fun. Penzies. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. That seems interesting. Like an Italian type seasoning? Is that what the vibes are like? I don't end up doing Italian because like I don't really want all the other stuff. I just want the oregano. That's really what we're going for here. Oy. It's a pizza seasoning. We're going to try it out. I'm going to trust you, Jamie. I'm going to try it out. I promise. I will get it. I wonder if the store that starts with an A has that in there. It has a touch of fennel and it's so good. Ooh, fennel. We'll see. I trust you. I trust you. I'm going to put my trust in you. I feel like we've built trust today and I'm going to trust you that it's a good seasoning. It's a game changer. Okay, I'm gonna put my trust in you. You're really hyping this this seasoning up, so I believe you that it's good. I'm gonna put my ready pizza on here. I also don't really know why I took this out because I don't really need it, but we're gonna keep it out. We might need this a little bit later. Also, I don't really know how long the cheese has been going on for. When did I put it? I put it's been about 40 minutes. Still needs a little bit more time. I think by the time the pizza's done, the cheese is gonna be done. But, you know, we're just doing it out here. I am just waiting for my pizza to finish cooking. It needs 4 more minutes. I am so excited. Now I'm like really like ready for this pizza because we just been cooking a lot. I don't know how long I've been on Aldi. Yes, I did. The sauce is from there. So are a couple of ingredients. Oh, I'm not Aldi. Lidl. Someone asked if this is from Aldi. No, it's from Lidl. Oven temp, 500. So what I do is I have my pizza stone, and this is a ceramic pizza stone. That's the one I like to use. Some people use steel. I don't know anything about steel, so I can't speak to that. But with the ceramic one, I preheat to 500, then I put the pizza stone in, I let it preheat for an hour. The whole stone needs to be hot. Full hour, no less than that. 1 hour at 500, and then I bake at 500. And then once I'm done with my pizzas, and I usually make 2 like 10 to 12 inch pizzas, I will turn the broil on high and I'll just put it in there, throw it in for like 1 minute just to kind of let it crisp up at the top. That's totally optional, it's just a preference. You cook it for however long you like, but 500 needs to be your temperature. It needs to be very, very hot. I do eventually dream of owning a pizza oven, specifically a pizza oven, like one of those brick ones. So, yes, those need to be very, very hot. Okay, 2 minutes left. She's smelling good already. Thank you all for your patience. I feel like that's the hardest part about a pizza is it starts to smell good in like 8 minutes and then you start stressing because you're like, I'm ready to just eat this right now. I mean, what am I waiting for? Okay. And I want to show you guys, actually, let me show you how the cheese is doing. So this is the cheese that we were working on before. See, it's still straining liquid. It's still, there's some drippage going on here. It's only been about 30 minutes. You really need to let this sit for like an hour to 2 hours. And like I said, a full video will be on the page in like a day or two. So make sure to check that out so you can make your own homemade cheese. Okay, 55 seconds, and then I'm gonna show you guys how this pizza be looking. Okay, so ready. It already smells just like fabulous. Who's ready for this pizza, guys? Let me know in the chat. It's pizza time. Got 36 seconds. And now we impatiently pace back and forth until our pizza is ready. Oh, Jamie, it's been a long journey, you and me, girl. We just be doing it. 15 seconds. The countdown starts and the pizza's about to come out. And as you can see, my cat has now smelled the ham. And so he's out here. Yeah, Jamie, you and me, we're besties now. Okay. The timer has spoken. Beautiful. Let me show you guys. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, this deserves a double tap, guys. Send me a double tap like this if you think that this pizza looks bomb. I mean, just take a look at this. Thank you so much, Linda. Woo! She looks good. Okay, now second one's going in. Come on, dough. I believe in you. If your dough is good, you should be able to pull it up like this. Got a little hole here. It's okay, we fix it. It's okay, we're fixing it. Okay, this is going on. We need a par bake. Come on. She don't want to come off. Come on, I believe in you. Okay, she's a little lopsided, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. This one's gonna be a little bit lopsided. I decided to love the pizza paddle a little bit too much. 1 minute. You forgot the flour. I know. There was a little bit, but it wasn't enough. I know, it's okay. We were just a little bit too excited. But she's so pretty, guys. It's perfect. It's like the perfect crisp too. Like, hold on. I think you guys can hear the crisp. You guys hear that crisp? Amazing. We are gonna do like a final little like broil finish at the very end for this pizza, but she's just looking so pretty. I know, I forgot to flour the plate, guys. It's okay. It happens, it's fine. It'll be fine. I usually do, and then I literally put away the flour for absolutely no reason because we're multitasking too much. It's okay. It'll still be good. Okay. Like I said, she's gonna be a little bit lopsided, but it's totally fine, it'll work. Okay. Sauce. We're doing a thin layer of the sauce. Put as much sauce as you like. There's no right or wrong answer to how you make your pizza. It's just whatever your preference is. Okay, sauce is on. Now, cheese this time. Cheese first, because last time we did all the toppings first, but it's fine. As you can see, it made absolutely no difference. Okay, the cheese is on. Now we have the pineapple. Guys, don't be stressing about pizza. I used to be stressed about pizza. There's no point. It'll all be fine. It'll all turn out good. Don't worry about it. Thanks for the fun. Gotta go see. Bye, Jamie. See ya. Thank you so much. Putting our ham on. Ooh, got a little bit of ham left. And the bell pepper. Celery and oregano for the sauce. This is just like a regular marinara sauce. And then I like to add a little bit of dried oregano on top before I finish baking, just for some extra oregano seasoning. Okay. Now, this is gonna go back in the oven, and we're gonna bake for 8 minutes. Timer 8. There's a method to all this. I can't do pineapple on pizza. You know, you could just make your pizza however you want. Ham is good though, it's a texture thing. That's fair, that's fair. I just think pineapple is elite, but it's a personal choice. You make your pizza however you like. That's the great thing. The point of the recipe is the dough. The dough is the purpose. What you put on your pizza is up to you. You make it however you like it. That's another thing about making it at home that's really nice, is your pizza can just be exactly how you want it. And with as many toppings, you're not paying extra for toppings because they're your own toppings. And you can always just have fresh pizza at home, and it's so simple. I'm just really having trouble with this container today. There we go. Had trouble with it earlier, I'm having trouble with it now. I think it's me. I do want to taste the pizza. I'm letting it cool down so I don't burn my face. But it is perfect. Isn't she perfect? I do want to do a little bit of a 1 minute, what's it called? What did I say I was doing? Broil. So we're not actually fully done. I do the 8 minutes and then I turn it on broil, and I just do 1 minute. It kind of like flash heats it, gets really hot and crispy, and then we're ready to cut into it. So she ain't getting cold, don't worry about it. It's gonna be good. I just don't wanna cut it because then it's hard for me to put it back in the oven. And I will, for this, I don't put it back on the pizza stone. What I do is I actually put it on these, they're like copper baking mats. They're actually like copper baking / grill mats. And they're really good for high heat baking and grilling. They're also super easy to clean. Again, they're made of copper. Let me show you. I've had this for, I don't even know if this brand exists anymore, but I got it like a million years ago. It's actually like it's been passed down. It's this one, but they're copper grill and bake mats. Okay. Yeah, it does look delicious. We're not done yet though. I know someone asked. I'm streaming on multiple platforms, and someone said you have to cut into it and eat it. It's not done yet. We did the 1 minute par bake, 8 minutes baking, And then we're gonna turn it on broil. We're gonna put in the copper mats and we're gonna do a little flash heat to finish cooking this. And it's gonna be pristine. Trust the process, okay? Actually cooling it down a little bit's kind of okay because we do wanna crisp it, but we don't want it to like burn. Looks like as seen on TV. Honestly, it might be because I got this from my mom and I'm sure it's an as seen on TV, maybe even Home Goods or something like that. Like some like random thing, but I think that they sell this everywhere. I think you can buy something like this everywhere. Or just like a baking or grill mat. It might not be copper, but it might be something else. Thank you so much for the like, really appreciate it. If you guys haven't already, again, double tap, like this live stream. Also make sure to follow me. Okay, we're getting there, guys. And then I'm about to devour this for dinner. We're already getting set up for dinner because it's been a long day. We've been on a long journey today. I don't know how long I've been on. I don't even know if there's a way to check. I'll know later on. I'm pretty sure I've been on for like 2 hours. Maybe 3. I don't know. What time is it? 6? Well, I don't want to say the name of the other place that it's streaming on, but it starts with a Y. And for those of you that are on the Y, it starts with a T. So, there you go. Thank you. Otherwise, it like messes the algorithm, you know? So, but yes, we are on all the platforms. If you're on any platform, it's the same name across all the platforms. Okay, we're getting to the home stretch. Yes. Someone on the other, well, I don't know, I'm talking to both platforms at the same time. But one starts with a Y, one starts with a T. That's all I'm gonna say. If you catch my drift. From both. Yes. Okay, the 3 minutes are almost up for the second pizza. And then I'm gonna turn it on high broil. And we're gonna do the last crisp. And then I'm gonna show you guys. But I think I can already kind of show you guys the bottom. You guys can see that bottom? Look at that. Perfect. And that copper mat at the very end is just gonna do like a nice like boom, crispy at the top. Like I said, I like it really thin crust. So this is my thin crust version. Wait, the waiting game is always the hardest part, isn't it, guys? But we're getting there. And see, I put the cheese on last for this and it worked out perfectly fine. It's honestly exactly the same. Put cheese on first, put cheese on last, doesn't matter, put all the toppings on at the same time. It's all gonna taste amazing in the end. And I know it's not a perfect circle because we don't know how to do this. Like, I'm not doing this. Yes, 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 I will. We're almost done. We have 3 minutes until this pizza's done. It's gonna be ready in 2 minutes for the second pizza, and then I'm gonna turn it on high broil. We're gonna do 1 minute on high broil just to crisp up that top, take it out. I'm gonna slice into it, and I'm gonna give you guys a good little bite so you can see how amazing it is. And it's just so simple. It's so simple to make this. So I'm gonna put this on that baking mat already because I'm gonna put the second one on here. Oh, I'm so impatient. I just want it to be done already. And I appreciate all you guys staying on, waiting. The impatience I have. I feel like the more you stare at the clock, the slower the clock goes. That's the timer for the 1 minute left for cooking. And then we're gonna put it back in. Okay, we're looking good. We're almost there, guys. We're so close. 30 seconds, and then high broil. It's worth it. I promise it's worth the wait. The only reason I don't don't do the high broil like immediately. I've done that before, but it cools down in the oven. So I want my oven to stay really, really hot. I don't want it to cool down when I turn on the high broil and wait for it to heat back up again. That's why we're doing that. It will not become like a cookie. It will be crisp, trust me. We do broil. You know, actually I'm gonna do low broil. And this just does that last little bubbly top. Like I said, I like it really, really crisp. And that's just a personal preference. So I'm gonna put this back in. It's just gonna do low broil, and it's just going to crisp up that top a little bit. And now we need it on high. We're literally gonna do 1 minute, like not even. This was our second pizza. And I say 1 minute on high broil, just watch your pizza. So see, this one I forgot to put the rice flour on before I put it back on the pizza stone. It's fine, it'll be fine. It can get a little sticky, it's not a big deal. It comes right off once you cook it. I'm just watching it. It does that extra little crisp at the very end. And then I'm just gonna take it out directly onto the paddle. Okay, so that's 1 minute is good. That's more than enough time. And it heats our pizza right back up. Gives it a nice little extra bubbly top. One more minute for the other one. Guys, okay. The moment everyone's been waiting for, the cut. If you do not have something to slice with, get something to slice with, and the crisp. You guys hear that crisp? The mic. Mm-hmm. See, guys, trust the process. Let me take out that second one. Perfect. This one's even better. Give me a double tap for that. Like this live stream just for this. Perfect little pizza night here. Okay, now for the moment everyone's been waiting for, the taste test. I need to cut this a little bit better. Perfect pizza crust, thin, nice and crisp crust right here. Perfect bottom, not burnt. Just amazing. All my favorite toppings on there. I'm letting it cool off for a second so I don't burn my face off, but cheers, guys. Hope you all are enjoying your dinner or going to dinner, whatever you're doing today. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh yeah. Fabulous. So good. Thank you all for the follow. Thank you for liking this live stream. I really appreciate everyone who stayed on this whole time, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll be doing much more of these, but I'm gonna go enjoy my dinner. Good night, everyone.